Hello and welcome to day 3 of my 30-day writing challenge. Day 3 and we are still finding inspiration, and today I wanted to look at finding inspiration specifically within your genres. I never really thought of genres as being something that important. I just kind of wanted to write what I wanted to and let it fall into whatever genre it did. But when I became more serious about writing, I began reading more. I read authors' books, I read books on writing, I read blog posts, and something repeatedly mentioned is the importance of knowing a genre. When a reader picks up a book they've never seen before, there are a few things that can clue them into what to expect. The cover is cliche and ill-advised, and also authors don't get much control over what their cover is going to look like, but it still creates an expectation in the reader. The second thing is anything that's written on the cover, be it most importantly the blurb, or reviews, or about the author. This is something that will build an expectation in the reader's mind. And thirdly, genre. It's easy to tell what genre a book is, whether it's classified that way in the bookstore or you can tell with what's in the blurb, but it will probably be the biggest head up to your reader about what to expect from your book. If it's science fiction, they're going to expect science. They're going to expect technology, or it to be set in the future, or possibly even in space or anything like that. If it's a romance, unsurprisingly, they're going to expect a romance. Books can cross genres. For an example, young adult fiction is a term that's used quite often. Some people consider it its own genre, and that is because when you hear the term, it tells you something about the way it's going to be written or what it might contain in it. But at the same time, young adult fiction books can also be a drama. They can be a horror. They could be paranormal, they could be dystopian, it can be any one of those things. But what is most important is to know what readers expect from the genre you're writing in and to know the tropes of your genre. A trope is something that is commonly used within a style or genre of writing. If you want any examples, I will link the TV Tropes and Idioms website in the description box because I could spend hours on that website. Some tropes are good tropes, and that is why they're used so much. Some tropes are bad tropes, and they are overused in a bad way, and they are boring and probably even slightly problematic. And a lot of people can't decide which tropes fall under which category. There is a general consensus, but ultimately it's up to you as to what you put in your writing. The fact of the matter is readers will be expecting some tropes. It's what assigns its genre to it. But at the same time, readers don't want to have every trope for a genre kind of smushed into one book. It's cliche and it's boring. Your job as a writer is to work out which tropes you want to include to specify its genre, and which tropes you want to leave out, or better yet, subvert, to make it different, to make it unique. Tropes can be plot devices, or characters, or settings. If we were to make an example, let's take a character from a crime novel. Let's say he's a male detective, probably over 30 but no older than 55. He is probably white, probably retired police or retired military even, probably reluctant to help, and the police, who are entirely useless at their job for some reason, are reluctant to ask him, but nobody can crack a case quite like he does, despite his various vices and dark past and honestly rather rude demeanor. If you're rifling through characters trying to think of which one I'm describing, I've probably proved my point. It's a trope that works, that is why it is used so often, so if you still want to write that, that's okay. But it's also nothing new, so subvert it. Let's make our main detective a 70-year-old woman who was forcibly retired for her age but would love to carry on working, whose partner was the one who cracked every case, and now it's down to her despite her never doing it on her own. Make her cheery, make her eager, make her knit tea cozies in her spare time. I've never wanted to write crime before, but now I kind of do. But that is not the point. The point is, it's not what the reader's expecting, but it doesn't take away from the genre. So for day 3, the idea is to build a story by looking at tropes of a genre. Use them to build an idea of what's expected in the type of story that you want to write, and use it to find all the ways that you don't want your story to conform to them. As always, however much or however little you want to write is fine. Write an entire story, or you could do a short extract, it's all good. The important thing right now is finding ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed day 3. Have fun writing your tropey genre fiction, and I hope I see you tomorrow. But nobody cracks a case quite